All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our morning note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. My apologies. I'm sending out headlines as they come in to our members. Um, the headlines are just pouring in now. So, again, I'm going to go ahead and read them to you when I get a shot. So, these headlines are direct from our friends at Walter Bloomberg on Twitter. What I do is just really copy and paste since he has access to the Reuters feed. And that's how I do it, honestly. So if you are a premium member or a masterclass student, or even basic, you get market headlines. So direct to you on Discord. So you don't have to go back and forth on Twitter. Let me do the heavy lifting on that. So good morning, good morning. Welcome to our morning note. Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Bottom right-hand corner of the screen is our logo, G.A.R Capital. Click on that, turn on notifications, like our videos. Really do appreciate, as always, all the support. Got some news here as well. Pretty cool stuff. Let me see if I can get this going. I had it here. Looking at the Instagram today. We are at, what the hell? I hate this sometimes. It's so finicky, Instagram sometimes. 99,500 followers. Once we get to 100 grand, I will do a live trading session, I promise. Little logistic stuff. I will be on the road tomorrow. So for the rest of the week, I have to travel. So I will bring my laptop. I'll do the best I can. Obviously, if it's a little glitchy, I apologize. It's a family emergency thing. So I have to be on the road with the wife. So my apologies there. But again, I will do the best I can to keep you guys updated. As always, I will take my laptop. That's what it's for. And I'll do the morning notes as I go. If there's any issues technically, I will let you know. I can always do an Instagram live, whatever works out for you guys. So just wanted to give that clarification. Let's go ahead and talk market, shall we? Dow futures up 17 points, 30,920. Nasdaq futures flat, down 4.5. S&P futures up 1. Russell 2000 up 6.5. Bitcoin futures are at 34,180, up about 400 at 118. Crude futures are up 1%. Gold futures are taking a dive, 0.41%. Silver down, basically flat. Euro dollar down, actually flat, 121.48. I don't know who this is, why they're calling me. Dollar yen is flat as well, 104.23. Dollar index is flat at 90.50, and the VIX is actually down 0.87%. So futures are pretty much flat after yesterday's move. Let's take a look here at Finviz, our friends at Finviz, and take a look at some other news here. 10-year note, basically what everyone's watching now. The 10-year yield is up about 35 basis points, up about 3%. So bonds are being sold off. Some yields are creeping higher. Now you're probably saying to yourself, what does that mean? Again, it just means that bonds are selling off. So again, borrowing money to this extent based on like mortgages, what the 10-year is based on, is going to be a little pricier. Again, keep in mind, our lowest level we've gotten to the 10-year was 0.335%. Now we're at 1.167. Is it the end of the world? No. Really, when you start getting to the point of maybe adjusting your investment thesis or your investment objectives, is when you start getting into the fours. 3.5%, 4%, 5% yields. And then you want to start going to a little more defensive, more dividend yields, because it starts getting pricier to borrow. Remember, the Federal Reserve borrowing rate is based on their lending rate to banks only. Keep in mind, that's bank to bank. That's still at a quarter point, 0.25%. But the 10-year is how everyone bases their lending for mortgages. So again, keep in mind, this is very important. The bank borrows at the Fed funding rate, which is whatever they have, the intraday banking, 0.25. The 10-year is where they lend out mortgages. So if the 10-year is going up, you know where I'm going with this. Financials. Keep an eye on financials. Citibank, Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs was upgraded. Wells Fargo, Bank of America. That should be your target today. You should be watching banks. Banks, when the yields are going up, there's always a bull market somewhere. Like Kramer says, banks are going to be your friend here. So again, we do have Goldman Sachs signal for our members. We are going to be green this morning. We're probably going to catch that. So Goldman Sachs should hit, and that's where we are. So we also had some headlines. I'll go ahead and read that to you here in a second. So that's where we are. Let's take a look at the charts here. See if I can get the groups that's moving. Portfolio Insider. Let me see. Or was it News? See, I thought I had the screener. What was it showing the charts that were moving? Maps. I forget. I'm still kind of working on Finviz. Back test, no. Oh, let's look at crypto again. So crypto right now is at 33,738. We hit the low of 30,000, I believe, 500, 400. So again, did bounce a little bit. Ethereum is red as well, 1,038. Litecoin at 138 and XRP at 28 cents. So that's where we are. So Bitcoin is faring the best among the other coins. That's where we are in regards to Bitcoin. I thought I had the charts here, major news. Here we go. So click on major news. And again, they still have the same names: Amazon, Moderna, Tesla, what have you. And then you have the headlines here. Tesla, let me go ahead and read some headlines to you, then I'll answer some questions. Here's the headlines here. Let's see. Thought I had it here. Okay. Lemonade shares. This is Lemonade shares down 5.4% pre-market after proposed stock offering. Let's see. Zoom Communications has commenced an underwritten public offering of 1.5 billion shares of its Class A common stock. Zoom shares down 2.9% pre-market on proposed stock offering. I have not liked Zoom at all. Let's see. That's some stock I don't like. Uber, Lyft lobby incoming Biden administration for role and COVID-19 rollout. I believe Uber is up pre-market, so we'll take a look at that. I'll go ahead and do that. 10-year note, we talked about that. Okay, Group, Renault, and Plug Power join forces to become leader in hydrogen LCV. That's Plug. So Plug had some unusual options activity that we sent to our members, and they're up pretty much pre-market. And let's see here. Tesla has registered with a registered company, Tesla India Motors Energy Private Limited incorporated itself in Bengaluru. I'm going to ruin that. Also, Football TV has agreed to buy an online sportsbook, Vigtory, and Zoom reaches 1 million Zoom phone seats, whatever that means. So that's where we are. Let's take a look at some pre-market movers real quick, and then I'll go ahead and check in with you guys and answer some questions. And keep in mind that we have the Instagram Live with our YouTube Premium in about 20 minutes. So this will be a quick call. NIO is down 2.78%. Again, they offered some bonds, bond offering. That's why they're down a little bit. Mover Walmart is up 1%. They're working on a fintech company. JP Morgan, again, banks up 1% pre-market. That's JPM. On the S&P, Tesla's up 2.44%. I did buy some Tesla yesterday with our investment club. I did a little nibbling. I bought it around 810. I wanted to add some. So again, below 800, I probably would add some more. Yesterday, I also added some NIO. That's pretty much, I bought in a little higher, so it's down a little bit, but I like it long term. AMD is up 0.71%. Twitter up 0.27%. Wells Fargo, 2.41%. As we can see, ExxonMobil up 1.47%. And let's look at the NASDAQ here. Baidu, they're also working on electric vehicle, up 2.71% pre-market. Zoom down 2.5%, like we talked about. Microsoft down 0.36%, and NVIDIA up 0.59%. We have calls on NVIDIA as well. So that's where we are pre-market. Now, let's answer some questions. So again, the focus today, if you're looking at some buying opportunities or you're looking at some calls, should be financials. Citibank, JPM, Goldman Sachs, and Wells Fargo are probably your best bet to look at. Morgan Stanley, fine. But again, higher yields is a benefit for banks. Also a benefit for small caps. Small caps, the Russell, the majority of those companies on those small caps are banks. So understand that would probably be your best bet. Okay, I got my glasses. Good morning, good morning. Let's see. Good morning. Thoughts on NVIDIA, NIO? NVIDIA is fine. They're up pre-market. NIO, again, they just had that same deal where they're offering some some convertible notes to borrow some money. Again, not a big deal. Again, they're down, maybe $1.60? Not a huge deal. Again, we got to the point that they were almost at break even. But again, at the most part, you have to understand with NIO, they're a growing company. And I still own the stock, and I have no problem keeping it. And again, looking at NIO, this is the same thing that Tesla did, where they offered notes, they offered equity shares, and then it fell a little bit, and then it soared. So that's what I'm expecting. Let's see. Pump me up about NIO for sell it all. Yeah, there's no reason to be pumped up. Again, I like the name. Hopefully that's enough. Morning, boss. Morning, Palantir looks primed for a breakout on the daily. Your thoughts? Let's take a look. Let me go ahead and update this thing. Palantir. Let's look at the daily here. Palantir. Again, not a breakout yet. Your breakout's probably gonna be around 30-ish. But again, I still love the stock long term. I think if we're up pre-market, then we're at 26.31. Let's see. What are your thoughts on support on Facebook? Facebook, let's go back on the daily here to see. Really, your support is really around 240.66, right around that 200 day. So I'm going to go ahead and move my support to around there. I'll put it at 241.02, and I'll be buying more shares there. How do you feel about Plug? Waiting for a pullback, but it pulled up. Plug is fine. Again, most of those EV names, Plug is on fire. Like yesterday, we talked about, what was that name that we have? I always forget the name. Blink. And Blink was an absolute winner yesterday, and we own that name. And you can see they're down slightly from the highs. Again, they're still up pre-market. So the EV space, Tesla, NIO, Blink, Plug, they're all on fire. They're all doing very well. So I think the best ones for me are obviously NIO, Tesla, and Blink. But I think Plug is completely fine if you want to own that. And again, it's tough to wait for pullbacks, but when the pullback comes, everyone freaks out. That's usually the case. How do we feel about PayPal this week's 250s? With a bounce on crypto, you could see that even that's not enough here. So you're pretty much just sideways action here. You're probably going to retest the 200-day, maybe bounce off that, but you really need to get above 246 on those. So until you get to 246, not much going on. Enphase Energy, what's the play? Calls, upgrade, ENPH. Look at ENPH. Again, you still need to retake 220 before you do anything. So I would wait for that move. Morning, boss. How's you Plug today? Plug, take a look at the calls. There was some unusual activity there. I actually have the 55 calls for this week. I played some unusual options activity that I sent out to students, and I played it. I went light position on it, very light. So I only have 2 contracts. Maybe you should pit, and then I'll take my profits. But let's see where Plug goes, continuance, and if it does, then we'll probably take a look at it. Again, let's see if we can retake 63.90. It's a good idea to buy puts on NEO while they're selling shares. I don't know if it's a good idea. You could if you want, but again, I think they're going to bounce anyways. You could see that it's basically filled the gap here at 59, and then it kind of bounced. So again, I think we're going to get a continuance to the upside. Yeah, Blink, yep. Hey Garcia, hope family's okay. Have a safe trip this week. Thank you, David. Thank you. Yeah, family's fine. Again, I just have to go. I'll be at a hotel, and I'll just be working from there, guys. Tesla to go down before going back up. I really hope so. I hope that I can get a better price. I haven't learned at 800. Remember, I bought it at 810. So again, I'm expecting a bounce. Tesla really doesn't stay down long. Price on ride for a gap fill. Looking at ride here, 23.21. It is up pre-market. There is a gap fill, so you need to break 25.65 for that, and then calls there would be smart to maybe play the 30s or the 29s. Let's wait for that 25.66 level. What is going on with a BA put? I don't have a BA put. Again, it bounced, but nothing going on here. I don't have any BA puts. You need to break 205 here, 204.25 before you do anything, and you can start taking a look at the 200s. But again, we never broke our level and never really played it. Thoughts on OGI organogram? I have no idea. Do you think we get DKNG today? Masterclass student. Hey, John. Sometimes you have to label yourself because I don't know the names. DKNG looks very phenomenal here. You could see that football TV news that they're buying a sports book. I've been saying it. Betting, Bitcoin, and blunts. What's been working? I think DKNG is primed for a breakout above 56. Once it gets above 55.90, it's off to the races. We'll probably get to 60. So again, it's going to look very good on DKNG. It's going to be a nice day. Buy Square at current price. I love Square long term. Absolutely. If you want to buy here at the 200, I'm with it. If you're looking for a better price, you bring up the daily. And I think 202.97 is my level to add more to this name. I love Square. What do you think about CLH as a company? I have no idea on CLH. I have to do my research. I've never heard of them. Football TV levels. Again, you could see here. Big pump, big dump, right at the 200. We're right now at 27. We're at 30.75. I have a level to break at 32.87. If you break that, then you could start talking. But again, I don't recommend buying this name in regards to owning it. I think Roku is a better play, or Netflix. But again, 32.87 would be a great place to start for calls. Then you start talking 35s to go there. Starbucks to add more shares. Starbucks is a great company. I think Kramer was talking about it last night on his lightning round. Nice drop here on Monday, and you're pretty much consolidating here. I think below 100 is a pretty good baseline to do that. Really, if you're really looking at some support level, it's really 85. But I'm going to go ahead and move it up a little bit, right around here at 94.12. If it breaks 94.12, I'll buy some more shares. I already a shareholder on it. What do you think about Tilray? I'd rather not buy a single cannabis name. I kind of treat cannabis like vaccines. Remember, IBB, own all them all them all. I have THCX, which has done extremely well, and they have Tilray in it. So rather buy the ETF and have all the names than just have one, the one single stock exposure. So THCX I recommend above Tilray, even though THCX owns Tilray or has Tilray. Let's see, my NIO 70 calls Dunzo or Fighting Chance. I mean, I guess NIO has a shot, man. NIO has definitely a shot. I think what people need to understand is that we were in the same place last week with Tesla. Tesla, literally on a Tuesday, we were down 75%, and you know exactly what happened in the week. So again, you have to kind of give yourself some time, guys. It's the reality of things. I have this. I don't understand why people will have this need to always click the button like it's a casino. Got to give it some time. This is the reality. I'm telling you, you just have to wait. If you don't like waiting, you're in the wrong business, man. Let me tell you, it's tough. It's tough. Let's see. 25 calls, January 25 expansion. I don't know. Intel plays with announcements of processors. Let's see. Intel on the hourly. Let's bring this up here. Yeah, see 52.69 breaks, then we could start looking. If you look at here the daily, yeah, 53.44 is your 200. There is a gap to fill right around 59. So there is some upward movement. So let's go and place an alert together at 52.69. So I'll put a 52.71, which is above the highs on the hourly, the 20-day chart, and we go from there. We'll plug to continue to go up the open. Well, it looks like it. They had some really good news. The question is, the calls, wait for the volume, wait till you retake the 63.90 highs before you do anything. Really. So just wait for volume. I don't know where the volume's going to be on those calls, so, or if there are any calls. So we really just have to wait. Thoughts on PLTR March 19, 30 calls. March 19. Okay, so you're buying some time, which is pretty solid. 30s are pretty up there. That's above the recent highs. So in order to get there, I would say start breaking 28, 27, 70 would probably be your best bet. Again, I would say probably 28. Break above 28, I think the calls are worth it. These are armed protests planned at all state capital next week with a market price that in or a downside. I mean, we had that too. It was a small little blip. And then the rest of the week, we soared to all-time highs. I don't think the market really cares about protests, to be honest with you. PayPal this week's 250s. Last question. And this week's 250s, no, I do not recommend that. Okay, guys, we're going to leave it there. Have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you tomorrow for the morning note. If anything changes, I'll let you know if I have to leave early or what have you. Again, I have to do travel and everything else. I don't know how long I'll be out. Should be for the rest of the week. But again, I will take my laptop and go from there. If I have to do an IG live, I will. But again, I will let you guys know. So, premium members on YouTube, live traders with me, I will catch you guys in about 9 minutes. I'll catch you guys soon. Cheers, guys.